Time now for the latest in the world of K-Sports with our sportscaster Jason Lee joining us in the studio. Hello, Jason. Welcome back.
Hello. Happy Black Day.
Oh, yeah. Happy Black Day. Did you guys have any jjajangmyeon today?
You know what the funny thing is? I actually ate jjajangmyeon yesterday.
Oh, I had jjajang pop, so jjajang rice yesterday.
Oh,
okay.
so you guys celebrated in advance.
In advance, yeah. I mean, I got my chocolates and candy on Valentine's Day, but I was at the restaurant yesterday and they had all the advertisements for the sales of today. I was like, oh, I came a day early, so a little bit disappointed.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll have a dish for dinner today.
For dinner tonight.
Yes,
okay. So from K-food to K-sports now, Jason. So I think to be honest, in the past week or so, I haven't seen really major sports news, but what are we missing?
Yeah, well, there are some important stories, however, still. For example, last time we spoke, we didn't know yet who Korea was going to face in their first World Cup soccer match because it hadn't been decided yet. That is fixed now, so I'll surprise you with who that's going to be. Also, in August, it could be a very good time to visit Jeju, especially if you're a soccer fan, so details on that in a bit. LAFC finally suffered a loss this season, but don't blame Son Heung-Min for this one. Lee Jung-hoo hit his first home run of the season, and Kim Hae-sung is back up in the major leagues with the Dodgers. Also, Anu Jin is back with the Kium Heroes, kind of. Details on that.
Okay, some interesting teasers there, Jason. But why don't we start with the World Cup, because that's what many Koreans are looking forward to.
Yes.
And so who are we facing? Who is Team Korea facing for their first game?
All right, no suspense. We'll go right to it. It is going to be the Czech Republic, also known as Czechia, of course. They recently beat Denmark in their final playoff to qualify for the World Cup, and they needed a penalty shootout to do it after finishing tied 2-2 after full time. Now, Czechia also needed shootouts to edge Northern Ireland to face Denmark in the play-in game. So this is clearly a country that has barely scraped their way in, but hey, they're still in, and they're a decent team. They're ranked 41st in the world right now. They're led by Bayer Leverkusen striker Patrick Schick and West Ham United midfielder Thomas Souček. And as mentioned, they're ranked 41st in the world, so not a bad team. Korea is going to play them on June the 12th. That will be 11 a.m. Korean time. And all things considered, this is actually good for Korea because, of course, we would much rather face Czechia than the 20th ranked Denmark. So that is a win. But I have to admit, you know, it would have been nice if they could have faced one of the other teams like Northern Ireland or North Macedonia as the final team of their group. But overall, I think this is a win for everyone in Group A that we get Czechia instead of Denmark, who are a much higher ranked country.
Can't wait for the World Cup fever back here in Korea.
We'll be watching out for that match as well. And you've also mentioned that if you're a soccer fan, you should be in Jeju in August. So I'm a soccer fan, so please tell us what's up.
Yeah, that's right. And certainly the weather's always nice in Jeju. And, well, we're going to have a international exhibition game as German club Bayern Munich has locked in an exhibition match against Jeju SKFC. That's for August the 4th at Jeju World Cup Stadium in Seogwipo. Now, of course, top Korean defender Kim Min-jae plays center back for Bayern Munich, and he's going to be one of the main draws, along with an opportunity to see players like Michael Olise, Luis Diaz, and, of course, former Tottenham striker Harry Kane on that squad as well.
Well, I hope it's going to be a great game because, I mean, Jeju, the stadium there is one of the most picturesque stadiums in Korea, surrounded by the ocean view. Just playing there itself will be
I've actually seen a game from there, and if you sit high up on the one side, like you mentioned, you can actually see the ocean from the nosebleed.
Wow.
So even though you're high up, it's kind of like, oh, I'm watching the game from so far away, but like you mentioned, you do get a beautiful view of the ocean from up there as well.
Oh, I was actually wondering because I only saw those drone shots.
Yeah,
but
no, it's
you can
beautiful.
actually see the ocean when
especially
you're
when the
up
weather's
there.
nice and nice and sunny. It is the water just glistens. It's beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. And Jason, you mentioned Harry Kane, the former co-worker player of Son Heung-Min at Tottenham. And you said that Son Heung-Min's current team, LAFC, they actually lost recently, but it was not because of Son. So please enlighten us.
Yeah, I guess you could say maybe it was because of his absence. That's because LAFC, hey, they were the only undefeated team in MLS going into the weekend, and they decided to give Son Heung-Min the day off against the Portland Timbers, who are, they're kind of an average team, I guess you could say, middle of the pack. But you might say it backfired as Portland scored 6 minutes into injury time to stop LAFC 2-1. Also note, LAFC had a goal disallowed in the 88th minute after an offside call through the VAR system. So heartbreaking loss for LAFC, but I guess once again, it just kind of shows you how much they still need Son Heung-Min in the lineup. I think, he was sick going into the games that Korea played as the national team game. So remember, he played a couple of games against Ivory Coast as well as Austria on the European time zone just like a week ago. So to come back to the North American time zone, I think they kind of wanted to give him an opportunity to recover from the jet lag and his illness as well. So gave him some time off, but that's the first loss for the last undefeated team in the MLS.
Right, and let's shift to baseball now.
Okay, sure. So in Major League Baseball, Lee Jung-woo had his first home run of the season. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, I can tell you that it came at a really good time because Lee Jung-woo has been struggling to start off the Major League season so far. He's actually dropped down in the batting order as well. He was hitting 6th in the lineup as of late. So this will hopefully help him gain some confidence and hopefully restore some of the confidence that the team should have in him as well. His batting average still way below for Major League standards as well as his own. He's hitting 185 right now as it is, but hopefully that'll come around sooner than later. And, when you just look at his style of play, his expectations of himself, I'm sure he'll turn around the ship very quickly.
And we're going to talk about another player, Kim Hae-sung. He's back with the Dodgers after spending some time at the minor league as well.
Yeah, to start off the season, they sent him down to AAA. I said at the time that I expect his stay in the minors should be very short, and it ended up being just 6 games in Oklahoma City before returning to LA. That was mostly due to an oblique injury to Mookie Betts as he's sidelined. But hey, Kim Hae-sung was also hitting well in the minors with a .346 batting average and a .438 on-base percentage. So he's still hitting well in the majors as well, hitting .308 with an on-base percentage of .412. But obviously those numbers are with a very small sample size. But regardless, he's playing well with the opportunity that he's been given right now. And even manager Dave Roberts recently commented on his improvement from prior to the start of the season in spring training when Kim really wasn't hitting very well. And that's important because Mookie Betts isn't expected to be out long. So Kim Hae-sung needs to make an impression quickly in this second chance to show that he is more valuable to the club right now than, say, someone like Alex Freeland, who's just kind of hitting okay. So I think in the next week or two, we can probably expect Mookie Betts to be ready to play again. And at that point, manager Dave Roberts is going to have to make a decision. Do I keep Kim Hae-sung here? Do I keep Alex Freeland here? Who am I going to send down to AAA when Mookie Betts is ready? So, so far, I think Kim Hae-sung is doing his job and certainly making the decision really difficult for manager Dave Roberts, but we'll find out soon enough.
We'll find out soon, and let's hope, certainly hope for the best. But Jason, let's go back to your teaser before. You also mentioned An Woo-jin and said that he's back with the Kyum Heroes, kinda?
Kind of, yeah. Not in the full throttle way that he's always played and pitched, but yeah, An Woo-jin hasn't pitched in the KBO since August the 23rd, back in 2023. That's a hiatus of almost 3 years. And in that time, An served his Army duties. He was also rehabbing from a few different injuries. So before he got injured, I would say that he was the best Korean pitcher. In 2022, he posted a 2.11 ERA and struck out 224 batters for a KBO record among Korean pitchers. Now, the thing is, he's had bit of a bad boy label for allegedly being a bully in high school. Now, he has served suspension for those allegations, but elbow and shoulder injuries have derailed his career since over the last 3 years. As mentioned, he also did his time in the military. But anyways, on Sunday, he finally made a return to the mound for Kyum, throwing just one inning. So while throwing that one inning, he allowed just one hit, one walk, while striking out a batter as well. And the plan all along was for Anojin only to throw that one inning so he can build up slowly. But his participation in the KBO this season will definitely be one that I'll be monitoring very carefully because of how dominant he once was, and to see if he'll ever be able to leave his past behind, both with his injuries as well as perhaps his public persona as well.
So you'll be monitoring, and we're going to have your assessments afterwards.
Absolutely, because, you know, it's a very big story. And I should also quickly mention one other big story in the KBO is that No Si-hwan, the third baseman for the Hanwha Eagles, he signed a huge record-breaking contract this offseason with Hanwha, 11-year, 30 billion won contract. So the highest paid player in the KBO. Yesterday, he was sent down to the Futures League because of his struggles. He's batting just 145 in his first 13 games so far this season. That means that he has to stay down in the Futures League for the next 10 games, which is a huge decision by the Hanwha Eagles to say, okay, we're going to be okay without him for the next 10 games, but hopefully this will give him an opportunity to get back on track. I'm sure he's just put too much pressure on himself after signing such a big contract in the offseason. So a big story that, you know, a potential MVP level player is down in the minor leagues right now.
Big news indeed. And thank you for giving us all the updates, Jason, as always. Looking forward to next time.
Thank you, Jason.
And thank you, Bella, as always. We're going to have you back here very soon.
Yes, I'll see you back soon.